Yes, here we go. Back on the scene. It's the We So Classic podcast brought to you by WeSoClassic.com. It's your man D Dame in the building.
Yo. It's your boy Prez in the building. Oh, my bad now. My bad.
Oh, wow. Well, we can't take that back. We live. So, hey, it's your boy Lou Hall in the building. Yo.
Hey, oh, this is your boy Recess hollering from the playground, y'all.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, stepping on Luho's toes, man.
Know your place, Prez. Know your role, man.
Shit.
We only been doing this shit for 2 years now, motherfucker.
Stay in your place. Stay in your place.
Word. I was just me anxious, man, to just get in, and get out.
Ooh, don't start that shit already, man. What's going on?
Pause.
What's up, my brothers, man? How y'all been, man? How y'all week been and shit, yo? How y'all week been, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Besides getting harassed by y'all motherfuckers.
You ain't getting harassed by you ain't getting you harass yourself. We about to light a cigarette ass in a minute and shit, man. That's a whole nother situation.
Word up.
Flip flopping ass nigga, man. What's up with you, Lou Hall? How your week been, my brother?
Yo, man, it's been great, man. Just loving life, man. Just loving the married life. You know,
that's what's up. That's what's
living my best life.
Oh Lord,
Back and forth with you niggas.
That's what's up, though, man. Good shit. What's up with you, Mr. Recess? What's good, brother?
Oh, I've been calculating, and then I've been executing. So it's been great. Yo, D, been hot.
It's hot?
It's hot, yo.
It's hot, kid. It's on fire.
Yo.
Like California.
Word.
Shout out to them people too, man.
Without a doubt.
Is that fire still going on, yo?
This just be going on for like fucking weeks, right? Like months and weeks and months, right?
Years.
That shit crazy.
Big shout out to all our people out there. I talked to my boy today, man. My boy John, he live in Inglewood and shit, but obviously them shits didn't affect him over there. He didn't mention nothing about it and shit. So
okay.
Yeah,
fucking to hell with that motherfucking arsonist. You know, it was the arsonist that fucking started that shit.
Oh, that's what happened?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's always an arsonist.
What was it that was burning? What is the forest and shit? The trees?
And homes, like shit with, homes that I guess were in the area. A lot of people died too. I don't remember how many, but I think, at least I think 7 to 8 people died or some shit.
So what is it, because of the air or something? That's why it's so hard to put the shit out?
Yeah, I mean, it shit spreads, man. It's the fucking forest, so obviously,
dry.
It's dry. You know what I mean? So once that shit catch, that shit spreads like fucking wildfire, literally.
Like literally and shit, yeah. Definitely big shout out to all those people, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's up with you, Big Prez, man?
I'm good, man. Chilling, man. Working. Going to school, yo, this fall, yo. Believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I registered and shit. Trying to get this degree. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get that paper, get my education.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Never too late, man.
Never too late, man.
I'm gonna be up in there old as fuck.
Man, the goal is to get in, get out, get what you need, man. Fuck everybody else, man. Just get your mind right.
That's it.
Yeah. So I'm actually looking forward to it. Hopefully that shit goes well. I don't have too much of a hard time. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah, that school shit ain't for the kid, man. But so anybody that do it, man, I support you 100%. Yo, that shit was never for me, yo. Never, ever. I went to school to fucking to hang out and shit, man. That was my But look at the girls that hang with my friends and shit, man. That was it.
But you know what, D? To be honest, I think now being that we have so much technology now, doing the online isn't bad. doing online.
I can't do that.
No, man.
I can't do that shit. I have mad distractions, man. I got ADD. I got ADD, man. I can't sit there and do that shit, man. I'll be like, do. I'll be doing it. And look at my phone. Sabrina Major just went live. Okay. Dasha Polanco just went live and shit. And I'm just going, yo.
All right, now don't incriminate yourself.
It's all good, baby.
I think it comes down to like the shit that you're interested in, though, man.
Yeah. That's all it is.
If you're interested in, like, I don't know, music business or
I'm just about to say that shit. The music business class, I took that shit, and that's my favorite class I ever took in my fucking life. I got an A in it. I was like, the music business class. Well, we had a. It was 2 classes. I remember we had to like request them to implement it into the curriculum. And it was a music business class for the first semester. And then that went so well. The second semester, it was called Independent Record Label. Was the second. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's the best shit I ever took in my fucking life, man.
That's what's up.
That shit was dope. Yeah, that shit was dope.
Hey, do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again.
I guess I gotta on to the next thing and shit, man.
You could follow up, man. Follow up on that shit.
Nah, I can't. Ain't nothing to do with that shit, man. There's nothing to really do with
Start your own label, bro.
Music things.
Start your own label.
Some shit though. You don't need no goddamn degree. You don't need to go to school to start no damn label.
I will say, say for instance, like as far as Bree, you can go into like music production, and with that you could actually work at a studio, and not just a studio. You can do maybe like soundboard. Like
I ain't 19 years old, man. I don't got time for that shit, man. Come on, man. Come on, boy. I work 60 hours a fucking week and shit. Come on, man. I got time to intern at no fucking studio and shit. But like I said,
that would be your job, and you make money.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'm not 19 years old. Anyway, but big shout out to everybody that's doing that shit, man. Big shout out to you, Prez, man. I know you just finished your shit, Lou Hall, right?
Yeah, I did. I did that. That was actually in the actual classroom.
Right.
Ooh, man, it was going towards the end. It was something else. You know.
Yeah.
It was ooh, that's all I can say, man.
Damn. That sound rough. You fucking finished, right? Lord have mercy, man.
Yo, Seth, when you gonna get out of junior high school, man? You've been like in the 8th grade for like 8 years.
Yo, 100%, yo.
It's for me.
Sitting in the corner and shit with a fucking dunce hat on, man. I can see that shit easily, yo. With a propeller, with the fucking propeller hat on the shit in the
corner. Fuck it. That's how he got his name, son. Recess was his favorite subject.
Talk about ADD. That's the doodle. Williams passed by his head. 1, 2.
Hilarious. Defend yourself, boy. Defend yourself, boy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That's my shit, yo. Back in the days, man.
Oh man.
What's up, Stats? What's going on, man?
Oh, what can I do, man? If it's true.
You can fucking learn and shit. Learn yourself something, boy.
At least I knew what 4x4 was the other week.
Lou Hall.
I forgot about
Come on, man.
I forgot about that one. Hilarious, yo.
It is what it is, man. So what is popping, my homies, man? What's What's good? We had our trade 20s and dimes last week and shit. We had a comeback, man. We ain't talked about some like recent shit in a minute, man. It's been probably about a month now since we talked about like recent shit that's going on, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been about a good month that we talked about a lot of things that was going on, and so many things that started popping off recently. You know, we're not one to definitely talk about politics on this show. Shit is crazy what's happening this last couple of days, yo.
What's good? Inform us, man. What's good, man?
Omarosa, she got fired, but when she was getting fired in the White House, she taped all the conversations. All the conversations is coming out, right? And she has a book coming out, so it's great promo, you know. The book coming out also, so that's great for her. But
right.
Conversations, you know, it's illegal to record the conversations that she's recording.
It's illegal if you don't inform the person that you're recording them.
You gotta inform them before you record or after you record it.
I would think before, because you're gonna say some shit.
But then after you did it, like, yo, I just recorded you. By the way,
recorded you.
Like I told you, I let them know. I mean, it's done already, but.
But he, I mean, she's not the first. Like Madden motherfuckers was recording his conversation. So,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean. His former former campaign manager or whatever, the nigga that's on trial now and shit like that. So it's not like she's the first one to do it.
Yeah, but she's black though.
Yeah. But she's black. Yes.
See a rap. They're gonna be like national security and shit. Or something.
Actually, she wasn't. And I believe we just gave her back her card.
You think so she lost the card because she was a Republican and she was a Trump supporter and all of that?
She was a Trump supporter. She lost the card because she was a Trump supporter. Now, you know what I'm saying, being that she done flipped the table, you know what I'm saying, she done jumped on it. Hey, listen.
Now what came first? Is the chicken or the egg? Did she record it because she was getting fired, or she just happened to get fired and she just happened to have the shit recorded?
I think that she did it just, I guess, like as some extra backup, because she probably knew something was going on at the particular time. She knew either she was going to get fired.
What exactly was her position? What was she doing anyway?
Token.
That was her paycheck and shit.
White House token.
Shout out to Condoleezza Rice, yeah.
Oh no!
I have no idea whatsoever what she was doing.
Oh my god!
None at all. Yeah.
Yo, I'm sorry. This dude said Condoleezza Rice. Come on, man.
Just talking about tokens and shit.
Condoleezza Rice, what office did she hold, Prez?
She was the Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Much. That's way different. And the question begs to, I have to ask the question, why, if it's a black woman or any minority that it would possibly be in any high political office, they're a token?
Why are they referred to as a token?
Yeah,
man. Because that's technically that's
the
like
definition of a token.
Yeah, that's the definition.
You look at the whole fucking cabinet, you see one black person. That's a token and shit.
Affirmative action.
She's the one person when they try to hit him with him being racist, he's gonna be like, "No, I'm Omarosa on my staff. How could I be racist?
How could I be racist?
I'm not racist.
I have a black friend.
I have 5 black friends."
They don't know if there's a recording of him saying the N-word.
It doesn't matter, yo. It's fucking who cares, yo?
That shouldn't matter one bit. Who cares? That shouldn't fucking
matter, bro.
It doesn't matter to us, but as a nation,
nobody ain't gonna give one shit. All the shit this motherfucker doing.
We all know what he's made of. We all know what type of person he is, his character, you know what I'm saying, his beliefs. So him saying that shit now is not going to make him any worse than what he is already.
You know what's the weirdest fucking thing, man? I be listening to a lot of like older interviews, like a lot of, I went back in the archives. I told you I listened to a lot of old Combat Jack interviews with a lot of rappers. We talking like way before he even started running this shit. And it's so weird to hear all of them like be talking about Trump and shit, like how they be hanging with him. He's so cool and this and that. This is mad weird and shit, yo. And then to see what's going on now, it's just crazy. Even now, I look at old shows. You see him at parties, at Diddy's party and Russell Simmons' party and all this shit, and I'm like, hang out with Tyson and all this. It's so weird, yo. Yeah, rather it's just they Republican, they political together, but it's just weird. It's just weird.
He would outsnort everybody in the party. Who said?
Someone said that. Which again is not a surprise. Not a surprise.
Not a surprise.
You talk about some heavy duty people in there. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of heavy duty, didn't he have a picture with him in a diaper?
I didn't hear about that. I don't know if that was a real thing.
He was. I don't know. It was like an old picture from back in the day. Like it looked like a college fraternity party.
Yo,
I don't know.
All right, that's enough with the politics. I just had to.
You want to start with the politics and shit? Talking about we don't talk about that shit yesterday, man. When I was walking, like we don't touch fucking politics. We don't touch religion. That's just two things. We don't touch either one of them shits, man. Nobody does them shits. It's best to just keep that shit to the fucking side, yo. Leave it alone. Leave politics and religion alone, because that's when shit start going down and shit, man. Yeah.
Crazy, like, isn't it obvious, like, what's going on? And I don't know if y'all seen Denzel in The Equalizer 2.
I haven't seen it yet.
Nah.
There's a hard part in there when the assassin goes up to the dude and says, gun in his mouth, put in his mouth, and says, "It's happening. You're gonna die right now. It's happening." I feel like shit is just happening, son. Like, get over with. I forgot how I had the conversation with. He was like, "Yo, it's happening." Like, it comes to the position of people never live in the moment, right? Like they feel like you don't understand. It's real. Like this is what's happening. They think like this. You heard them say this. They have them on proof doing this, that, all this litigation. You know what I'm saying? It's just happening. Like, and I don't understand it. And even to us, I feel like, yo, we're like, does it even matter anymore over here for us? For anybody? Does it even matter? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so they try to tell us to keep the faith, right?
I guess.
So they say. These midterm elections are coming up, so it's time to try to take back the fucking take back the Congress, take back the House or whatever.
Word.
Hey, man. Off that D.
Yeah, man. Let's fucking hop on to something that we damn, I can't even go there, man. But
keep it clean.
I want to give the utmost respect to the legend in all the music, Aretha Franklin. She's going through right now, so that's one thing for sure. And she's another one. I bet she has such a legendary career that I just want everybody just to celebrate her life and what is going on.
Word. I mean, she ain't going yet and shit. Family says she's at home or whatever. So
in hospice.
Yeah.
We kind of already know what hospice care is.
Word.
So
yeah,
but she's another one though, man. Like, I don't really know her story that much either, man. Like, they got all these movies and all these documentaries and all this stuff for other artists, man. Like, we need to somebody need to get on that, so we can know about these people's lives and shit. Not wait till the end, like Ray and all this, and wait till they passed on. If we want to know about it while they still around and shit.
Like even with James Brown, I had no idea with James Brown until the movie came out.
Exactly.
Same thing with Ray. It's
so much stuff, man. Even like Marvin, and still is. you know, we hear little things here and there, but Aretha is definitely a legend, you know.
Soul.
Queen of soul, man. Yeah,
like you know, hey, I'm gonna catch some flack for this one.
Oh God. God.
No. I love Big. Like I'm
Big who?
Biggie. Yeah, but
The king of
I'm just how did we have a Biggie, you know, movie before we had any of these other legends? Like you said, like Marvin, Curtis Mayfield. You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know shit about Curtis Mayfield.
Luther Vandross.
I don't know shit about Luther, man.
Like, you know, and like I said, you know, I love Big. I'm a huge fan, you know, and
I
y'all
don't think
heard
one need. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think one need. I don't think it's one or the other and shit. It don't need to be one or the other. You know what I'm saying? It can just do it. Just make the shit. You know.
I think because hip hop is $1 billion industry, is what it is. You're gonna have cats that want to try to capitalize on that, as opposed to putting out a movie about Aretha or Smokey Robinson or Stevie Wonder. How come there's no Stevie Wonder movie? You know what I mean?
No Stevie Wonder anything. I think that's his own doing. There's no book. There's nothing. There's nothing about that.
So let me ask you this then: do you think that the world is populated more with the youth, or populated more with adults? And the reason why I'm saying that is because, like you said, if hip hop is $1 billion industry, you know, and I feel like if the world is populated more with adults, you know, who are, you know, basically listen to that type music, and adults that are from that particular time period, you know, don't you think that you would make more money as far as like making movies from like those like old R&B legends? And you know what I'm saying? Like, can we get a movie about the Isley Brothers? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think, to answer your question, I think the world is more populated with adults. But the thing is, man, you underestimate the power of hip hop, yo. Like, the shit transcends fucking genres, it transcends countries and continents. You know what I'm saying? No musical form, no musical genre has done as much to unite the people, I think, as hip hop has. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I think, you know, with R&B and rock and roll and country music, obviously, yeah, they have their fans across the world, but not to the extent that you have like these young 12, 13, 14-year-old kids that are immersed in the culture, whether it be the music, the fashion, the dance, or the actual DJ. You know what I'm saying? How many times have you seen these 8 and 9-year-old DJs, you know what I'm saying, on a set getting busy? Or these dances, these dance groups, these dance competitions all over the world. You know, the graffiti all over the world. You could be in Germany and you see motherfuckers tagging they shit. All that is hip hop, man. Country can't have that effect. R&B doesn't have that effect.
What's that stat that y'all always talk about with the hip hop? You always talk about is it's selling, the biggest selling genre. That's what y'all talking about.
It's the most popular and biggest selling. Yeah,
most popular.
If you want to say it's the same thing, I'm
wondering. Now I'm thinking about like rock music and shit. I mean, I don't have any numbers in front of me. I don't see it, but just on top of my head, just thinking, I would think that as far as like live performances and concerts and shit go, I would assume that rock was head and shoulders above hip hop as far as like festivals and concerts and all of that stuff. And all these people selling out stadiums on a weekly basis. It seems like you're going on a U2 going on a fucking world tour for Metallica on the road for 6 months and selling out stadiums and shit with 100,000 people every week. Like
6 months? You mean 6 years?
Well, straight. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I'm wondering if maybe just hip hop just has that as far as just selling stuff, but the real money is really going to rock, because they got the radio stations, they got all of that shit. They got radio stations, they got half of fucking 95% of Sirius XM is rock music, and terrestrial radio. We got 2 hip hop stations. All the rest of the stations are like damn near rock and shit, pretty much.
How much hip hop? I mean, I'm sorry. How much rock and roll is coming out of the continent of Africa? Absolutely none. Zero. True. How much rock and roll is coming out of fucking Japan? None. Out of the Middle East. Out of the Middle East. None. But you got hip hop is heavy in Africa, heavy in the Middle East, heavy in Japan,
heavy.
You know what I mean? In Europe, it's
rock there too.
Yeah, Europe. Yeah, you definitely have rock out there, but not in those other countries. I can't. You never see no fucking, goth, rock and roll, heavy metal dudes coming out of fucking Africa or Japan.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, hip hop's strong out there, yo.
But too, and like we've said on numerous amount of episodes, we've always talked about those subgenres, like just how, like you were saying, rock. You just said a couple of different subgenres in what you were just saying. You said goth rock,
heavy metal, alternative, all that shit.
But with hip hop, it's just lumped into one name, hip hop, and that's where I think a lot of people get things like misconstrued and twisted, because sometimes we don't consider hip hop what's out now hip hop. We think back in the 90s, that was hip hop, in the golden era, that's hip hop. But then you got what's now, we don't really consider it hip hop. Well, us, older cats, but the younger cats, they call it hip hop. Because that's what is lumped into. So do you think that hip hop, or as a whole, if they broke it down to subgenres, do you think that it would outsell rock? Because you see how rock is broken down into these different subgenres and a different, you think that it would sell more and go over what rock is viewed as?
Already did.
It depends on what you're talking about. I mean,
it's not even a contest.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. What do you mean it's not even a contest? What are you talking about?
Between rock and hip hop, who's outselling what? It's not even close. Hip hop sells the most in the world.
I don't know. I don't think it's 100% fact. I don't know. That's a 100% fact.
I would like to agree. I would like to agree.
I mean, that's what we would like to believe. I don't think that's 100% fact. Y'all got the numbers in front of you and shit. I mean,
I ain't got no numbers, but
you're just going about what somebody said. I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying it's not, but you can't say stuff as a fact 100%. Oh, I guarantee it's like, we don't know. It could be. It's a possibility.
It is.
So let me ask you this: when you have an artist that's in several different categories, say for instance, let's say Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars put out pretty much a R&B album, 2 R&B albums back to back, but he's also considered as pop.
He's a pop, yeah. When you go to a record store, they have record stores. He's in the pop section.
And just like this is gonna
It's gonna
Conjo.
He's gone. He's completely froze up.
So we're gonna segue into what we were talking about. What we're probably gonna talk about next.
You just froze up like a motherfucker. You were saying something else?
We didn't hear what you were saying, bro.
Oh, okay.
He completely froze up. He started changing the subject and shit.
I was saying that what we're probably gonna transition to talk about next. Okay, so we talk about Nicki Minaj. So, Nicki Minaj is considered as hip hop, but is she also considered as pop because that's what's popular? Some people don't consider as hip hop. As of the recent album she just dropped, a lot of people are considering it as hip hop, but then she also got some pop tracks on it. So I guess it's kind of hard to say, that in my opinion, that hip hop is, I guess, overpowering everything else because these top artists are in different categories. So say for instance, like I said, Nicki Minaj, she's in hip hop, but then you also have pop. Pop maybe was pop, like it's popular now, you know, and that's another genre of rock. Pop and rock are kind of in the same,
Right.
yeah, in the same category. So that's like adding another credential to her, adding one to hip hop, but adding another credential to pop. So it's like we get here, and then all of a sudden we're even, and then all of a sudden it takes another step because it's in that category. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I think even though we don't have like numbers per se, I think when a motherfucker like Drake breaks a streaming record, you know what I'm saying, over 1 billion streams in this first week, that has to mean that those streams aren't just coming from this country. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that the amount of people in this country is like what, 300 million? Out of that 300 million, maybe 100 million is listening to fucking Drake. Probably not even 100 million, probably less than that. Where the fucking other streams are coming from? They got to be coming from outside this country.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when you look at it from that standpoint, it has to be, you know, head and shoulders above rock and roll. And
as far as what now? Now, Research just sent this thing. Sent me this article from one source from USA Today. I take this shit with a grain of salt, just like anything in media. I take it with a grain of salt. Maybe like I'm skimming through it. They talk about how streams are the most concerned. Maybe that's the case as far as but to me, I can't see hip hop as overtaking rock music overall. I just don't see it as far as like selling out stuff and as far as like live shows and all that. It's hip hop is nowhere near rock. Maybe not live shows. Maybe not live shows. I mean, it's not even close.
Right.
It's not even, you got like one. You got Jay-Z and Beyonce, maybe Drake. That's it. And maybe Nicki, maybe that can like sell out. That can go on tour and shit. Rock is like 100 of these motherfuckers, man. It's 100 of these motherfuckers that do that shit year in, year out. You know,
right. But I'm sure live shows probably is still a rock, you know, category. They probably still, you know, kill it on that category. But
they making fucking hundreds of millions on them fucking tours and shit. Hundreds of millions on those tours, yo.
Give it some time, man.
I mean, like I said, obviously that's what we would like it to be eventually. Right. You know, of course, I'm you know, I don't listen to rock music and shit. Not like that, but I wouldn't say something like, oh, it's guaranteed, definitely this the number one. That's just one thing. That could be just some pull the wool over your eyes type shit, just to distract you from something else. Why they, oh look, y'all guys are number one, and they just taking all the fucking money on the side and shit. They just taking all that shit. You're like, yeah, we number one. We ain't getting nothing out of that deal.
That could be true because I bring it back to these 360 deals. You know, it's out there. People know about what these 360 deals, but they could be signing these different artists, these 360 deals. Like, oh, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Hip hop is making the most money. You know, it's okay. So while they're taking all the money as well, rock and pop there.
Counting the big bucks and shit in the fucking office and shit. That's interesting though. You said about Nicki Minaj. You were saying you think her album is considered hip. Like you go to like iTunes or whatever people stream music. She's in the hip hop section, though, right? She's not in any other section. She's not in the pop section, right?
Nope.
She's just straight hip hop, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but she crossed over. You know what I mean? She crossed over into the pop section. And she makes music. She makes pop songs.
Yeah.
Specifically for the fucking radio.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Specifically for you know, white America or, you know, people other than, you know, black America, you know, black folks, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you know, she can do whatever she wants. Ain't nothing wrong. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that at all. But it's because of that, she knows the formula to how to make sure that she gets her to get that bag, you know. She makes that music that appeal to others, and it is what it is.
And she recognized that early because, you know, a lot of times people don't cross over on their sophomore albums. You know what I'm saying? This usually a little bit later on, maybe like the third or fourth album. But she did the first album, and then the second album. That's when she crossed over because you can tell as far as like the sound, sonically, she wanted to appeal to not just people who love hip hop, people who love pop. She wanted to appeal to that, and that's why she crossed over. And even with her newer album, she does have she crossed over. Well, not crossed over. She appeals to both sides again.
Right.
She hits you with the hip hop, and then she also hits you with the pop side.
Yeah, it's a good mix, yo. It's a good healthy mix of a little bit of hip hop. She got her little records for the radio. She got a little her reggae at the end.
Right.
You know what I mean? So she definitely put some time and effort into this shit for real. With it, she had a plan, she had her goals, and I think she's gonna, it's probably be her best selling record out of the four. I honestly never heard any other Nicki Minaj. This is the first record I've actually listened to. Yeah. This is the first record I actually sat through and listened to, and I could pretty much, I guarantee you that it's probably the best album. And I never even heard the rest.
I have been, for the past couple of days, I've been listening to it over and over and over again. When I first heard it,
Here come the flip flopping.
Here we go.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Here we go.
When I first heard the album, my first instinct was I like the first 11 tracks, 1 through 11. Boom, you know what I'm saying? I was like, they on the money,
right?
And then I heard all the other tracks, and I was like,
that's not what you said. Nope. That's not what you said.
No, you know what? I said they were trash. I said they were trash.
There we go.
I said they were trash.
Keep that energy, motherfucker. Keep it.
Said they were
and then we all lit it to your ass. We lit it to your ass. Your wife lit it to your ass. We told you how stupid you are. You must be tripping.
but no. I went back and I listened to 12 through 19 again. And I gave it 2 more tracks. So even
like a
after
fish,
but even check this out, even after that, you know what I'm saying? Once you, I guess, listen to it, you can't.
That Nicki Minaj album is fucking hard, yo. That shit is hard. I love that shit, yo. I love that fucking album, yo. I even like the shit. What's the dude that singing like,
The Weeknd? The Weeknd.
I love that song.
That's Sway
Lee. That shit is fucking hard. And then what's the song after Chun Li? Chun Sway. That's the same song.
Chun Sway.
That shit is hard, yo. The Foxy shit is fucking hard. Oh my god, I love that shit.
You see, the problem is, Lou Hall, you listen to this shit like once or twice, man. That's the problem, man. You young, you whippersnappers, man. I gotta sit down with the album, man. Listen
to like 10 different albums in one day and shit. That's the problem, yo.
You quick to judge, yo. You quick to judge that shit, yo.
Cain and Abel came out with a new album and fucking
Cain and Abel. Oh my god. You gotta listen to this shit, man. Let that shit rock while you clean in the crib, throw it in the car. You know what I'm saying? Just sip a nice little glass of wine. You gotta let that shit, marinate before you go out on the limb and say that shit is trash.
You said it's trash.
No, I didn't say the whole album was it. Let's go back. I said 1 through 11 I liked. I said the rest of them was trash. I picked up after listening to it more and more. Like I literally sat there at my desk.
And you said the Foxy Brown. You was like, I'm disappointed in Foxy Brown. You were the first one that said that shit, right?
I sure was. Yes, I was. But then I listened to it more, and I heard what you said. I think it was either Prez or was Recess, and y'all said something.
It's probably them because I didn't hear it till like probably the day after.
It was something about the island flow. They was trying to take it back to, So I listened to it. And I was like, you know what? I just came from Jamaica. I said, let me get back in honeymoon mode.
But how you? I mean, everybody got a different ear. I don't see how you ain't hear that shit the first time. And like, what was not hard about that fucking song? The beat was hard, the rhymes were hard, the flow was hard, everything was dope about the song.
Because when I say, here's what I do. Anytime I hear something, I go in it thinking that person, that mode when they was at their prime. So like even with like Foxy, when she was at her prime, when she was just murdering cats. I'm talking about first not Il Nana. I'm thinking about Il Nana Foxy when she was just coming off with that attitude, and you know what I'm saying, she was killing it, you know what I'm saying, with them verses, you know. And I think that was where my mind was. I was like, that's the Foxy that I wanted.
I think you're misogynist. I think you're being misogynist, man. Because all of these artists now that we like, I mean, they ain't rhyming like 95. Come on, man. They ain't rhyming like it's 95 and shit. Come on, man.
I have
a misogynist, yo.
No, I have an issue. This is the issue that I have. I've always been told this.
Let it out.
Everybody.
Let it out.
Everybody says I'm too stuck in the 90s. And I can't help it. That was my time. I love the music from the 90s.
You was like 2. What are you talking about, man? You remember the 90s and shit. You like literally a baby and shit in the 90s, man.
Young, Similac ass motherfucker.
Just think about it. In 1994, we always pray 94. The summer 94. You were 11, right? You was 11 in summer 94.
Yeah,
because you didn't turn 12 until November. You was 11 years old. What the fuck you know? You know, look at Prince was 35. Prince was 35 in 94 and shit.
And I knew the music. But you got to understand how my father put me on music like early. So you know, I was in it. Like he was putting it in my ears, shoving it down my throat on a like pause.
You need to see a therapist about that shit, man.
Nah, pause.
Oh my god!
With this music,
you gotta grow up, man. You gotta see a therapist.
But nah, like he put me on, like, you know, and that's why I have such a love. That's why I have such a passion, you know what I'm saying, as far as music. Like anything, you know, you told me the other day, you can remember anything. You can remember a verse, you can remember, you know, a song. Some of the song comes on, you know the verse, you know the artist, you know everything. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to music. But that's how I see things, and I think that's how I judge artists, like especially if it's an older artist like a Jay-Z. I'm you know, even though I love the album, you know, I'm always looking for that in my lifetime. Volume 1 Jay-Z, you know, that era Jay-Z. And that's any artist. So if DMX was to come out with the album, you know, as heavy as he is right now, I would be looking at DMX coming out with "It's Dark and Hell is Hot," you know what I'm saying, type of flow. And that's what?
But that's like a musical interlude and shit, man. It's like turn the page now and shit.
But like I said, given the Nicki album a little bit more, I can give it 2 more songs, which if you think about any album that comes out, so it's out of 19 tracks. Right. I said 11 originally, gave it 2 more, so that's 13.
Is it 19? Is 19 tracks?
If you count the if you want to count the outro.
Okay.
You got to count the outro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
the interlude is dope as hell. What is that? You too much, too little, too late. I was like that whole shit. That vibe was tough.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
So you make the saying you're saying 13 out of 19 is dope.
Yeah. 13 out of 19 is pretty good, because
which puts it over the fucking. That's a damn good. To you, I mean, to you, you're saying 13 to you.
Yeah, and that means that's better than Drake. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what the first week numbers are.
But is that still a measure nowadays? Because it's not even about numbers anymore. Isn't it about streams and shit?
First,
Is it
yeah,
2 billion streams, whatever the fuck?
I think that's what he means though. Like when
That's
he
what he
said
mean, like
see the
streams?
numbers,
Yeah.
it's
I
like
understand that stream
streams.
shit, man.
Because
I bet there's a
copies.
I'm still
I bet
stuck
there's-
in the 90s.
I bet there's a whole thing to that streams thing too. I bet there's a whole like particular algorithm that they don't like. If I listen to the song 3 times, is that 1 stream or is that 3 streams? If I listen to the song 50 times, is that 50 streams or is that 1 stream? Is it? You know what I'm saying? Like say Drake did what 1 billion.
I think it's 1 stream. Like if you listen to it 1 time, that's 1 stream, man.
Is it? What was the Drake? What was the Drake number?
Over 1 billion. First
over
week.
1 billion. That's not a. Do you think that's a billion people or a billion listens? That wasn't 1 billion people. That wasn't 1 billion people. Ain't no fucking billion people listen to a fucking album in no goddamn month. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Come on now. Y'all kind of stupid as shit now. Y'all just ridiculous. Drake, 1 billion fucking people.
But somebody beat Drake. I don't know who recently came out, but somebody beat Drake.
No.
Probably some Taylor Swift shit. Like,
nah, it was actually some hip hop, either hip hop or somebody. Whoever came out recently after Drake.
You talking about Post Malone? I know Post Malone. I think he was breaking some records recently.
And you're gonna tell me 1 billion people listen to Post Malone?
Nah.
No. Okay. Anyway, like I said,
no.
I mean, this is a whole new era, man. With this, with the algorithms and the stream, this is a whole new era. I don't even know how to even monetize. Isn't it like I know it's something like just to have 1 sale, you got to have like 10,000 streams equals like 1 sale or something crazy like that.
I don't know.
It's some. I don't know. It's some shenanigans with that shit. I don't trust that shit, man. I don't trust it.
But these fucking advertisers is all on board with that shit. They trusting that shit.
Well, they making that money and shit. Yeah,
these companies, fucking Apple and Sprint and all these fucking Spotify, they all in with that shit, man.
Yeah.
I guess we gotta ask. I guess we gotta ask Lyor Cohen.
Lyor Cohen. But I want to go to now Lou Hall. Now we had the whole conversation. We talked about the Nicki Minaj album and shit. Now, how would you stand it on? Now, I made a statement. It's me personally. I said Nicki Minaj is probably, to me, she's the best female MC ever. That's my opinion. My opinion personally. How do you feel about Nicki Minaj as far as the legacy of hip hop female MCs?
Honestly, I think it depends on how you view it, because that's just like the presidency. You see, Hillary got the popular vote, but Trump got the most electoral votes. So I think on a popularity scale, I think Nicki got it. Because she's, she's out there. She's popular. She's popping. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants her. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when it comes to bars, I wouldn't necessarily put her in like above some of the others. Bars and lyrics, I definitely wouldn't put her, above some of the others. But to be fair, if you're talking popularity, you're talking money, album sales, definitely Nicki. She's on top. I think she actually topped Cardi B. I'm thinking she's about to top Cardi B.
As far as what? As far as
maybe popularity, like with putting this album out.
I think she was always on top of Cardi B.
You think so?
I think Cardi B. I think is a very regional rapper. She has a following. I'm not saying that it's not just in this region, East Coast. I'm sure she has a following out west and all that. But I think the majority of her fans are probably here on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Based on her fucking reality show. I think people like, if it wasn't for that, she wouldn't have a career. You know what I mean? I think people know of her, but I don't think people are really following her like on IG or following and buying her music outside of this region and shit. I don't know. I could be just talking on my ass, but I just don't think. No.
Before I can say this shit, yo.
I just don't.
Y'all some fact ass motherfuckers, man.
She's not transcending like Nicki is, or see, she's not somebody I think can fucking stand the test of time. I don't think Cardi B is going to be around 5 years from now.
Of course she ain't gonna be around.
No.
Cardi B is not going to be around here 5 years from now.
But I'm saying like popularity. I say popularity as in like the right now, like who's on top, who's trending, because I think.
Hold on. Who's the best male MC to you
right now?
No, the LJ all times.
All times?
Yeah. Who's the best male MC?
Rakim.
Who's the best female MC?
Of all times?
Yeah.
Like.
I second that.
You're the MC Light.
Yes.
Yep.
I second that.
Okay.
I second that. When we take all that, the glitter, the glamour, the fame out of the picture.
Yeah.
I would have to totally I hear you. I totally disagree with that shit. MC Light had a fucking dope shit since fucking 1995, since Georgie Porgy and shit, yo.
But it's not about what she had since 95. It's her overall impact on the culture.
But that's a short window. When her debut album came out?
Fuck.
88?
89.
7 years?
Yeah.
7 years makes her she's the greatest. She got a 7-year run.
You only heard one Nicki Minaj album, but you're putting her at the greatest of all time. Off of one album, though.
I heard the songs. I've heard the songs and shit.
You heard the radio the radio records. You didn't hear none of the shit that
like
she had on the
the
other
album
album.
has a full body.
Yeah, verses, guest spots, performances.
See,
we look at Nicki Minaj for the last 10 years. I mean, she's been out there for the last 10 years and shit.
So I'm from that. I'm from the fucking train of thought that you got to say something in your rhymes that's positive, uplifting, socially conscious, something for the people to really listen to and get something from. So when Light is spitting, on her verse on self-destruction, even though you
that
say
LL Cool J wrote.
Yeah, allegedly.
LL Cool J wrote it.
Allegedly.
No, Daddy-O said LL Cool J wrote the verse.
Daddy-O is trying to get clickbait. He's trying to get his name back in the news. Man, whatever, man.
LL Cool J wrote the verse.
Poor Georgie. Cappuccino, like these are songs that actually had some substance to it. The shit that Nicki writes,
Light as rock.
I put Little Kim over MC Light.
No,
Kim over MC Light.
No, I can't do that.
But I mean, I look at it like this.
MC Light is dope, but yeah, I don't know about number one. Though.
But if there was no MC Light, would there have been a Little Kim?
What?
Yeah, because Biggie was around.
So you don't think
Biggie would have made that happen?
You think?
Biggie would have made that happen.
How you feel about this conversation, B-Sess and shit?
I feel Queen Latifah by far is the greatest female MC of all time, due to the fact that she did it at a time where it was completely male dominated. She was at a time when she was pushing that Black Power. She had the joints. She was versatile, singing club joints. Coming to my house, get about it. Then like Fred said, she hit with that social record with the UNITY. She put so many people on, Flavor Unit Records. You know what I'm saying? She put a stamp in the game. She's always, to me, Queen Latifah will be always the greatest. Now, when it comes to the versatility, though, which also makes you a great artist, that's why I said Nicki Minaj's album was very good. But the reason why I didn't say it was excellent is crazy because it's the same thing that I credit to her versatility. Right? You know what I'm saying? If she could make the records for everybody, that's the same stuff that I would say, shave that off. And that would be the perfect album for me.
For you, right? For you.
So it's like a gift and a curse.
Exactly. No, not a gift and a curse because she's gonna do her. She has the #1 spot right now, and it's not that it's Nicki Minaj. It could be anybody up there in the #1 spot. It's the spot, but Nicki fucking delivers, son, on a consistent basis. When I first saw her on the Come Up DVDs. Then I, you know what I'm saying? And then I heard her verses on when I first heard Moment for Life, I was like, Young Money, Lazy, Drew Island Basie, Southside Jamaica.
That right there is Nicki's best song ever. Moment for Life.
Are you serious? Like Prez, you gotta understand. You will have to sit down with the Nicki catalog and then remember, oh shit, she did that, she did this. And then when Pink Friday was tough. Pink Print is a tough album. You know how many hits is on Pink Print?
I don't know.
I got Beats in the Trap. That's my shit.
Yeah.
Beats in the Trap is hard.
It got the Anaconda. It got the Real Niggas Only. Real Niggas Only. With the, you know what I'm saying? The hits just run down. And with this album, I just sat down with it. And when I pressed play, my nigga, yo, what the fuck? She came, what's the same thing? Queen Latifah had it too. That Caribbean, remember what she used to be?
Of course.
Speaking about Toronto, it was so lovely when I heard that Ganja Burns. I'm thinking it's Tempted to Touch, right? Yeah. What's the first thing you hear Nicki say? Hey, yo. And she goes in before I know it. She said, I straighten all these bitches out with one perm. I was like, what? Then she said something about God. Then she says, then the heat sizzling and I ain't talking Kalanji. I was like, and she said, yo, you can't put a wig on and be Nicki. It's like a fat nigga thinking he could be Biggie. You want one rough ride, all you ex and Swiss? Get the fuck out of here, bitch. You got a nigga named Jay, now you Beyonce. You got 3 stacks, now you Andre. You got a part in your face, yo, you Nas, babe.
Yeah. Tough. That song is tough, man.
Oh, yeah.
Very beginning, son, I was like, this is crazy. What? Then Majesty comes after that shit.
Oh, my God, listen.
I don't even know what that is. I'm here, I'm thinking Kanye shit. And I'm hearing her spit, then I hear, and me, low, then my wifey is in Chicago. I'm like, that's M? I'm like, this
Listen,
nigga.
man, this motherfucker Eminem.
Word up.
That's the M that we need.
He switched up. He switched up his flow like 5 times in that one.
I don't even understand this dude. This dude is a fucking alien. This dude,
son.
This dude is easily he's in the top something. I don't know what he's in the top something. He's in the top.
Listen.
This dude is one of the greatest ever. I mean, we already said this shit, but it's not even a
M. If you are listening,
he's not
woke M.
Not to you.
Put that back in the closet. Put woke M back in the closet. Bring back Marshall. We want Marshall.
My God, yo.
Marshall.
You can't get Marshall back. That means you're gonna have to do a whole lot of drugs and fucking, you know what I mean? Damn near die.
Doing what he do. He's another one. His last album, he kind of went to this last album kind of went to the pop shit a little bit. He's doing fucking stadiums, man. He's doing whole stadiums and shit, man.
He's still selling out.
Yeah. He's doing this.
So you understand the experience that Nicki. You know what I'm saying? Her bars when she spits, that's my cup of tea with any rapper. You know, I'll tell you off the bat how, you know, Jada Banks and Fab and Cassidy are my favorites because that's my cup of tea. So when you get it from Nicki, when it's a female,
to me, she's right there with, like, you know, as far as the ones that's out now.
With the guys, right? She's right there with the guys.
She's right there with 100%. It's like, 100%.
And then before I could recoup from what I just from M's verse, I hear she said classic B.I.G. shit. I'm like, what are you doing? And then she just goes off, says,
He
I try to fuck 50 for a powerful hour. All the nigga want to do is
for hours.
Come on, Nikki.
But that fucking second part, because I think it's a different song. I'm like, oh, what song is this? This was the same fucking song.
It's the same
Oh
song,
my
yeah.
god, that second part, Lord have fucking mercy.
Fucking mercy.
Lord have fucking mercy.
And she said it was supposed to have been. I heard the Flex. I listened to that today.
Yeah.
And she said it was supposed to have been, well, basically the way that she was cool with everybody. That's why she picked the people she picked to put on the song. Mm-hmm. She was cool with them people. She was, she knew that they wouldn't be offended. And she wanted to make the song basically like half of like Biggie's Dreams. And then she wanted to do partly like 50 Cent's How to Rob. So yeah, so that's why she had him mentioned first, because it was basically like a ode to him.
Right.
And she said evidently it was supposed to have been, it was a Nas verse that she had on there, or a Nas bar.
On that song? Oh,
Nas bar. Song. But I guess she's not really rocking with Nas like that, so she deliberately took it off.
That's what do you mean? No, I wouldn't say that.
That was what she said.
She said she got problems with Nas, so she took it off.
Yeah, she said she only put, her words were, she only put people that she's real cool with and that she rocks with on the verse, on had bars for, but the people that she doesn't have bars for, and she said she deliberately took Nas's verse and Nas the bars that was put in Nas.
I totally don't understand. Whether or not she is something she was about to, and this is on the same drain, on Dreams joint.
Yeah, she said out of her mouth she took it off intentionally.
Please don't use those words out of her mouth. She took it off. Don't use that. But I'm just saying, Nikki,
grow up.
Yeah, please,
please grow up. I beg of y'all.
Yeah. So anyway, it seems to be, and y'all heard that there was a Nas joint actually.
Yeah,
supposed to be on there. Yeah. So yeah, man. So yeah, if to sum it all up, that's what I feel. I feel like Nikki definitely. I'm with you, D. Like behind Queen Latifah with that versatility. She's been putting it down for how many years now? The grind is very
just like consistent, man. Just consistent and shit.
That she did say was that, at least she could say she wrote every rap she spit.
Yeah. What was the deal with that whole thing, Luhor, with the writing?
It came up. She was like talking about how Safari.
Well, that's what you had mentioned the other day too. When I checked, you were saying the God MC Safari wrote all her rhymes, and he's the only reason she's hot, right? You said that, right?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say all that. I said that Safari supposedly wrote her rhymes. That's what I said. So then when I checked, because I listened to it, and that's why I sent it to y'all, and I said, you know what, I can admit when I'm wrong, because I really thought that that was true, and evidently it wasn't true.
But everybody believed that shit, though, man. Everybody believed.
Yeah,
it. They ran with the shit.
And there was an article that said that she said it out of her mouth, but then I got to thinking she never had any interviews that said that Safari wrote these rhymes. So then when I listened to
why wouldn't she deny the shit? Why did it take 7 or 8 years, however long it's been, for her to actually come out and admit
everything and shit?
What are you talking, Prez?
You assassinating my character, man. You telling me that this craft that I fucking my blood, sweat, and tears, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this shit. You're trying to take that from me.
I'm pretty sure she said that at some point in time. I doubt she has never said anything.
I don't think, yeah.
I'm pretty sure we didn't read the interview, or it wasn't trending on Twitter. I'm pretty sure she said something about that. When he first said it, I'm sure she said something.
I hope so, man. I just think I never heard it. I never heard it until today.
Now, Luo, so you saying that she said that she just wrote every single thing she ever did. She ever
Yeah,
spit?
and then she had proof. And, you know the way that how the young people say it, she had receipts.
Okay.
She called up a person that was actually in the group with her and Safari, which I can't remember the guy's name, but he is Bow-Legged Lou's son.
From Full Force?
Yeah, from Full Force. Bow-Legged Lou's son.
We're gonna kick your fucking ass. That's my dude, yeah.
Called him up and he said, you know, she was like kind of, I guess, taken by that Flex asked her the question. So she said, you know what? I didn't even know that you was gonna ask me this question. So she hit the number up, hit the dude up, and was like, hey, you know, I'm on the show with Funk Flex. I want you to ask this question. She said, did Safari ever wrote my rhymes? And he was like, hell no, he ain't ever wrote no rhyme. Nobody ever wrote any rhymes for you. No man, no woman, no nobody. He said, but so people was writing Safari's rhymes, and as a matter of fact, he actually pulled out a throwaway rhyme that I had and put it on one of Flex's shows. He spit it on one of Flex's shows. It was a throwaway rhyme. He took out the garbage can. I said, "Wow!" So
it's so crazy, and you know it's so crazy. It's because it's Nicki, because she's number one. She's in the top spot. And I think that's it. Everybody want to tear that down so bad.
That's what people do.
That's what people do, right? That's what people do. But the thing is that let's get back to the music. Yo, D. So you understand what I'm listening, right? How she's delivering right now, right? So and then she goes after that joint is the Rich Sex joint, which I heard.
I love that.
Right? So after, you know, at the end, she says, next stop, New York. And then the next track is that Hard White joint, right? That shit. It was, I was like, what the fuck, bro? Yo, she got some rhymes in there, son.
100%.
Yo, I like the part when she said, I am the prodigy, R.I.P. Dun Dun. I was like, what did she just Yo, the lines one after the other was crazy.
You can tell she is a student of the game,
big time.
You know what I mean? Her references, you know, she knows her shit. She's been like, you know, from Queens or whatever, South Side, so she's been heavy into the shit, as opposed to, not throwing any shade, but as opposed to Cardi B.
Chris, come on.
I'm just making an observation.
Come on, man. Don't go there.
I'm just making an observation. Months ago, man. I'm making an observation. I'm just trying to show you why I prefer Nicki over Cardi B. Cardi B, you know, she was what? She was doing her thing, you know, up in the Bronx, whatever.
Yeah, oh my God.
She was out there, you know, gentleman's club, doing the thing. She made it over to what is it, Love and Hip Hop or whatever, which is fine. I'm not knocking her, but I know she's not a student of the game like Nicki.
Of course not, man.
Nah, Nicki's been doing this for how long? I think I've known about her for like 12 years now.
It has to be, yeah, I was gonna say, because even when she first came out, she was doing that shit way before then too, right?
Yeah. I remember DVD when she was in the park.
And matter of fact, they broke down on the Funk Flex. He broke down like the timeline, and you know, she started out, like I said, they started out in the group called the Hood Stars. Was trying to get a deal, and they wasn't able to get a deal. End up going to Atlanta, and that's where she met Waka Flocka's mom, which is Deb Anthony.
Okay.
And
she definitely met up with Deb before she moved to Atlanta, though.
Well, no. She said, well, yeah, because she said that she was actually just going to check it. I guess she talked to Deb. She went to go to Atlanta to see what was up, trying to get stuff situated, and then went around, turned back, got the car, packed up the stuff when she got with Deb, and moved to Atlanta. So, I mean, if you would technically, yeah, she did.
And this before everything.
Yeah, before everything.
But isn't Flocka and his mom? They from Queens anyway, though, ain't they?
Yeah.
So You probably know him from back then.
And then Gucci, I guess
Gucci
got with her and he didn't sign her or whatever. And then during that particular time, that's when Wayne heard about her because from the Come Up DVD, because evidently that same Come Up DVD that she was on, Wayne was on. Wayne was on, and he had a part. And I guess
everybody, yeah. But hold on, you just found this out?
Yeah, I didn't know the storyline.
So why do you care about the storyline at all? Then, like, everybody, listen to the music, my G. Listen to the music. I don't care about the. I seen it. Like, that's why people would say, or that's why I differ, and a lot, millions and millions just like us, we differ because we just on the music. Like, we've seen the grind for over a while, D, right? I said like a good 12 years, I think over 06. And constantly I just hit like boom, 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 boom. And it seems like everybody was more concerned about other things when other things come up. But that's because it's the responsibilities of the spot that you're taking.
And matter of fact, I didn't even know that she was working with Sycamore. And she said, I was like, yo, she was working with DJ Sycamore.
Who the hell was that?
You don't know who DJ Sycamore is?
I don't know who it is.
He was a DJ, you know what I'm saying? That he was kind of like, you know, a mixtape DJ.
From South Carolina?
No, from New York.
New York, South Carolina?
I ain't heard of him either and shit, man.
But he had put out like mad DVD.
Obviously, he fucking made an impression on Lou Hall and shit, obviously. Yeah.
I knew about Sycamore. You forgot. I was the mixtape guy that was going down to the spots and getting the DVD. I mean, getting
selling CDs out my trunk, nigga.
But yeah. So I mean, just the fact that just listening to how she started, I didn't catch on to it till she got with Gucci.
Mm-hmm. What was she sounding like back in the days? I'm wondering before the Young Money days. What was her flow like and shit?
Bars.
Yeah,
it was like straight up bars and shit. It wasn't about no. Yeah. I hear you. I can see that. I can easily see that. But now, like I said, she just her creativity.
She did a freestyle off the warning, and
her creativity is just through the fucking roof, man. Just even with the sound effects, because that kind of reminds me of like ODB. ODB can do like the sound of like, that shit. And when she do all that crazy shit, that shit sounds so fucking dope, yo. Oh my god, yo, that shit is dope. Yo.
Yeah. The funny part is that she comes with bars, son. Like even as you go into the middle of the Queen, I think and Prez said without listening to the other albums, you know, it's so crazy because this is the same formula. She never changed the formula. Like she makes the balance of the hit records, the singing records, and the bars.
That's smart. That's how you
that's smart. I mean, you keep everybody involved. And the next joint, then right in is Bed. I love that Bed. I got a bed. Put your name on it. I love that shit.
And that's when she do her shows, everybody can come and shit. You got the fucking
everybody
come and hear the bars. You got the kids that want to hear the pop shit. You got the girls. You got the gay dudes.
She got Ariana Grande. Who puts Ariana Grande on the album? Besides,
no, she already did. Ariana Grande. They have a joint on Pink Print.
No, I'm just saying in general.
They work together. Like, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I wasn't surprised. Look at the features. You got Labyrinth, you got The Weeknd, you got Metro Boomin, Lil Wayne, Eminem, Future. I mean, I'm not surprised, son. This is all together. I was like, this is what the fuck is up. And let's not forget Foxy Brown, of course, with that last one.
Dope.
I'm just saying, like in general, who puts hip hop artists besides Big Sean would put Ariana Grande on their album. You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't even really think about doing that, and it works.
Exactly. And she did it a long time. She did it on the last album. That's what I mean. Like she's always been the versa. Like I said, she's right there with Queen Latifah, with not only as being the top MC of all time, but both by far the most versatile.
Oh, 100%.
100%. You know what I'm saying? And I always said it, D. Didn't I say even when they was really getting on a bad, right? And Prez was ripping her and Lou Hall, everybody was ripping her. What did we say, D? I remember I said it. Yo,
What'd you say?
don't sleep on the
I'm pretty
bars,
sure. I was
son.
thinking about. I don't
Outside,
remember. I was
you
trying
out
to
by
think
the
about when we
bases,
first
outside
talked about her a
Jamaica,
while
going to
ago. I'm
space.
pretty sure we was saying the same shit.
And she
we
shouted
sang
out
that.
Southside again on the album. Like, yo, I love it, son. All you
I
gotta
always
do.
like Nicki Minaj. That's so funny. Lou Hall thought I was fucking joking and shit. I'm not joking, nigga. I've been saying this shit about Nicki Minaj.
Yo, I love the
Who said
bars,
that shit?
Blue Hall. Yo, when he said he only like 1 through 11, I said 12 is good for him. I'm like, you listen to that? She said, I'm out there. What she said? She said something about I get more pressed than a keypad. About to suck me off, get a knee pad. You know what I'm saying? She said something. Yo, Lord, I'm probably with my jeweler playing freeze tag. I was like, this is crazy. So it's funny.
So let me ask y'all a question. See,
she's funny, son.
about, when you mention Nicki and you say that as far as like being the top, so as far as like being the best MC, so are you don't think any of the other female MCs? I mean, I know we talked about as far as different categories.
Hell no! Look at her run, Lou Hall. I like what I said.
But I'm talking about when you
a few months ago. Look at her run; it's crazy. Bars, yeah. I mean, she delivers.
So you think
she delivers.
So you think that her bars are better than some of the other female MCs that are out?
100%. Who said they're not? Who I know. I always like Nick. Listen. It is what it is, man. Like I always say, media. We're doing a media show right now.
Right.
Media fucks with you. I don't look at that shit. It's the music. Like, look at the music, son. Like, you could put Nicki Minaj on a Pandora and ride out for 2 days. Like, every joint, boom, 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 boom. Who has catalog like that? Right? You know what I'm saying?
But I'm not just saying the catalog. What I'm saying is bar for bar.
Bar for bar, yes. I put them up against anybody. Anybody. I got 12 years worth of bars. How many years of bars you got?
But see, check this out. I disagree. Let me check this out.
Who you putting up there with her? Her versatility. Who?
I'm talking about as far as bars.
Bars. All right. Go ahead.
Bars only. Bars and lyrics.
Which is the most important category to me. Go ahead. Who?
Eve.
What? How many albums Eve got? How many bars Eve got?
But see, we're not talking about albums. We're talking about
because bars. I want to. Bars. How many bars she got? I bet you could give me how many bars. I bet Nicki has spit more bars than Eve.
I'm talking about quality over quantity. You're talking quantity. I'm talking quality.
Oh, I'm talking about quality also. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Eve ever been on a track?
Rhapsody.
Eve ever been on a track with Eminem and shit and said that she almost got him? Nicki Minaj, she's been on some shit, my nigga. Like, clean out your fucking
Rhapsody. Rhapsody.
I don't understand. Like, yo, this is what I said months ago, though, D. You know what I'm saying?
Rhapsody.
Like, you can't sleep. You said it too, D. You said it too.
I said Rhapsody, and you still have yet to say anything.
Rhapsody? I'm sorry. What? What do you want me to say about Rhapsody? She's tough, yo. She's tough, but she's nowhere near Nicki Minaj level.
But that's bars. I'm not talking about popularity because, like we were talking earlier,
he's about popularity and shit, man.
Popularity.
We ain't never said one thing about no goddamn popularity.
I'm talking about bars.
He's talking about popularity.
Like Nicki, I could give you bars. Rhapsody, how many memorable bars you got from her?
I said the perfect artist and shit. I think I said artist.
I don't know, Lou Hall, because I'm talking specifically. How many memorable bars you have from Rhapsody right now?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, what?
All right, exactly. Like me, I don't have memorable bars. Like I remember what she spit. I remember what she spit on the Kendrick album.
That's it.
I remember a couple of lines from her album. Like I could tell you actually, but it's not as many. Like I said, D, it was overwhelming. It's overwhelming, Nicki. Like I don't have to give you her history. I could give you this album right here alone and say, yo, take that. Nicki is the thing about Nicki is that because she's my cup of tea. When she says she puts a lot of sports involved in her bars, a lot of street talk involved in them. She said, I I'm not pushing weight, but I'm not talking about dope when I'm pushing weight or something like that. But she said it slick. When she says, y'all niggas ride the bench, I'm coming up the court fully drenched. Like I'm feeling that. She said, I'm dunking on niggas swinging from the rim. I'm feeling that. She says, you know what I'm saying? With everything, she says, in another song, what was that? Oh, the same one that you like. Weatherman, pick a day. Kobe, KD, Kyrie, pick a K. Like all these rhymes, there's so many rhymes. There's so, like what I said, D, it was too overwhelming because me, when I sit down, of course, I'm listening to bars. Like when I listen to any one of my favorites, like I mentioned, Jay, Fab, Cass, anybody, it's overwhelming to a fact. Like I'm like, yo, rewind. But I didn't rewind. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is over. Nicki got this, son, just on this album. And if you listen to Pink Friday, she got bars on there too. Of course, that's when, you know, she went for that spot and she got it and she just satisfies it. Nobody else is fucking with her, Lou Hall. Like I said, it's overwhelming.
I still stick by what the fuck I said.
I said it too. I'm sorry. Even when they said Cardi is this, and then they said Rhapsody was coming on, then even when Rhapsody is dope. When Cheetah came out,
saying whack about Rhapsody is dope and shit. Bro.
Yeah, Rhapsody is dope, son. But even when Cheetah came out with Remy Ma, like I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, she's dope too. Yeah, she's dope too. She's dope. But yo, Nicki just came back. Nicki is so funny that in the middle of the album, she said, I know y'all listening to this saying, I know why she named this queen. This bitch really is the queen. Yo, she's funny, son. Like, yo, it shows humility. I don't find that humility in other rappers. How about that? I don't find the humility she's in Remy Ma. And Remy Ma got jokes, but she doesn't have the cadence of the humility over the jokes. This is all in the bars. That's right. This is a bar exam. Shout out to Cass. This is what it is. It is what it is. I'm sorry, what it is. That nobody could say that bar for bar that she's not the best. What are you talking about? Plus, it's in the proof is in the pudding. She put in the grind for way too long, and it's now that she has to tell her story to defend herself, like Press said. So I said, yo, I never heard her defend herself, but now, you know what I'm saying, I guess she's going to come out there and defend herself because you got to understand that top spot, she wasn't given that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really worked for it. And, you know, it's so crazy that it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is.
Crazy
about Nicki. I'm surprised, Lou Hall. I'm surprised I didn't have to tell you like this because that's probably some of the bias that you was talking about that we were referring to earlier in the past days in the chats. Like, yo, you cannot front. Like, are you serious?
I mean, here's my thing. Like I said, I give credit when credit is due. I give props. I just feel, in my opinion, I don't think that she's up there with like light. Because I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be totally honest.
Wow.
Maybe
I feel you. I
feel like
her run, Nicki's run. Look at her run. She's having a Drake type run. Like it's a memorable, and it goes in 20 years from now, 30 years from now. This run is going to be looking remarkable. You're going to be looking like how many rappers at the top that was the top of their game actually have runs that were that long.
So let me ask you this: you said she's having a Drake type run. Can you say if she's having a Drake type run? Can you say Drake is up there with Rakim? Up there with Big Daddy Kane, can you say that, or even
not in my opinion, but yes, people could say that. I could say that, and I could actually try to defend that too. His run is remarkable.
It depends on what you're talking about, though. I mean, Drake is double the length of Rakim's run. I mean, so it depends on what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I ain't saying he's better than Rakim, but Rakim run was very short.
Like the greatest rapper of all time.
Kane's run was like what 5-6 years, maybe might even been that long. In all honesty,
it wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long, like 4 years maybe.
The greatest rapper of all time, LL Cool J, right? So look at his run, even him.
LL.
I think Prince woke up with that shit.
Did you just say the greatest rapper of all time?
Man. Anyway, go ahead.
The greatest rapper of all time died on March 9th.
Greatest rapper of all time, Reggie just went to his concert last week and shit.
He's on tour now. He's in the
with his wife. That's great.
He's not even a contest and shit. And you're going to see him in a couple fucking weeks. Well, that's all times and shit.
Wow, that's
couple
a
of
good
weeks.
one.
Next week.
Next week, we going to the shit.
I saw that joke from a mile away, and I still got thing, and I saw it. Yo. But if you want to take a look at it, is that like the run is remarkable, and you could say, besides Ice Cube, you could say LL Cool J. Look what he's done when he pushed the envelope past music, went into media, movies, TV shows, and that's the criteria. You remember, like you were saying, like D was saying, which way you look at it. That's why I mentioned look at the run, the Drake type
I
run.
was looking at stuff from y'all anyway, though, because I know you always focus on the bars, and Reggie focus on. The second time I called you Reggie in the show, I never called you Reggie on the show. And Prez focuses on like the
content
and stuff. Yeah, and then I always focus on different stuff. I always focus on like just overall artist business wise, the overall and shit. That's just the way I look at stuff.
Yeah,
So it's like we kind of all have
like a Diddy shit.
Well, and why you say LL Cool J is not the greatest of all time? He battled Kool Moe D. He battled Cannabis. He battled.
And no, it won. Hey, don't you repeat that? Don't you repeat that, sis? He won.
Who else he battled? You know what I'm saying?
No, he can't be the greatest of all time.
He's not the greatest of all time.
He's not the greatest of all time.
I tell you what.
First big, then Jay, then Pac.
Yeah, I put all them over LL. It's a fact, man. It's a fact.
You really think Pac's run was short than a motherfucker, yo.
You said who?
Pac's run was short.
It was short, but it was so impactful.
I know. Of course.
Right,
think about it. 91 to fucking 96. That's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
5 fucking years. 5 years. That's it.
In those 5 years, my man had left so many marks, yo.
So
he was so important.
Too.
Big Run was shorter than that. Big Run was like
it was shorter. It was shorter.
93. Well, I mean, 93 was like one song. I Can't Ready to Die.
He had 2 albums, right? One of them being a double album.
Big Run was 3 years.
3 to 4 years. 3 to 4 years. He was on, the underground. He was bubbling on the underground.
Yeah, he was
a little bit.
He was,
But yeah, 3 years. I give him 3 years.
3 years. Yeah. I can't put Biggie. I can't put Biggie number one. He only had a 3-year run. I can't do it.
And I can't either.
Do it. No, I can't.
I stopped.
That's like
an
an NBA player coming in. They had 3 strong years and he the greatest. Nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, man. I stopped that years ago.
I can't do it.
He used to be.
No, he used to be. They don't do that. Yeah. I think Nas is even above.
Nas is definitely above LL.
Yeah. That's my Biggie.
Why y'all picking on LL for, yo?
I love LL.
I'm an LL.
Yeah, me too, man. Like, that's why the conversation is so crazy, right? Because so many people.
But it's all subjective.
It's all subjective.
I'm gonna put you recess. I'm gonna put you in position.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah. You bending them over?
What's going on with you tonight, man?
Listen, Lost Boys over LL.
Who?
What do you think? Do you say Lost Boys over LL?
I don't know, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shout out to Mickey Mouse and Mr. Cheeks.
Yeah. Word up.
Shout out.
LL's of course is legendary, man. Come on now.
I mean, I never put him in the top. He's easily in the top 10. I would have to break it down more to see like where, but LL's definitely in the top for me personally. It's just me. It's my opinion.
Well. We all got back to talking about the best rappers and everything, female wise. When you said bar for bar, Lauryn Hill is kind of upsetting because somebody that I respect in the game, Robert Glasper,
yes,
right? It was all over. I mean, I think I saw it before one of y'all put it up.
Mm-hmm.
And he spoke on Lauryn Hill. Yo, Robert Glasper, remember when y'all were talking about earlier about movies about legends? He did the soundtrack for the whole Miles Davis joint.
Miles Davis, yes, he
Oh,
did.
word. Yeah, Robert Glass was dope, man.
Yeah, Don Cheadle's movie.
He's dope.
Okay.
And by the way, as you can see, I haven't mentioned Lauren at all tonight. So
Yeah, that was unfortunate, right?
I mean, Lauren's been. I mean, honestly, I was done with her after me and Prez went to the concert last year. I was done with her from then and shit.
Yeah, but then he said that the music from Miseducation is not even.
yeah.
That was crazy, right? Isn't that?
Well, something happened.
We knew that though. We knew
we
that.
knew something. I don't think. I think it might have been some kind of. Might have been some kind of gag order.
No,
the whole entire thing came out.
She was sued. She was sued years ago.
For what though? I remember she was sued and she lost. For what though? What exactly?
Because she didn't properly credit the artist who actually wrote that fucking song, like the songs on that album. She didn't. The musicians, the artists, it was a lot of people involved with that Miseducation album.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't credit properly, and they didn't receive the royalty they were supposed to.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In the settlement, they said, look, not only are you going to pay back the money you owe us, but you can no longer perform the song in that.
Lord have mercy.
In that way, the way that song is put together and arranged, you can't do it like that.
So that was just like when they submitted the shit. Like she didn't credit the keyboardist, whatever.
What song was it?
Yeah. I think it was multiple songs. It wasn't just one song.
Right.
On the album.
That's
why when you go to her concert, the shit sounds very stripped down. It sounds very what's the word? It's not, it's so right. It's like the melody. It's like you can play the fucking song, right? But it can't play it exactly as it is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's crazy. I forgot, Prez. It was you that put up that Tiny Desk shit with Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
Right. And then I went and I looked at all of them.
Yeah. They're dope.
Yeah, and the one that stood out was the August Green joint.
Yeah.
With Common, this dude, Robbie Glasper, and who was the third person?
The drummer is Kareem.
From where, I forget from where though.
From where the bassist is another one. Forgot his name, but there was a female. You saw the female, the girl that went up there. She looked a little like Jill Scott.
Yeah. She could blow. She was dope.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I put her above anybody else right now.
Yeah, that whole Lauryn Hill situation is a shame though, man. I'm like going forward, like I can't see her making any money off of her shows anymore, man. I can't see it.
There's something going on. I was talking to my wife earlier. I think I don't know what it is. I mean, I could just speculate. I don't know if it's drugs. I don't know if it's some kind of mental situation she got going on. Maybe she's bipolar. I don't know. It's something. It has to be something.
When she did the Unplugged, she had that mental breakdown.
That's what I told her. I said she been right since the Unplugged. That's what I told her. Yep. She ain't been right. That was fucking. What's that? When that came out, like in 99, 2000. That shit was.
Yeah, it was about 2000.
About 2000, yeah. And then she just vanished after that shit, right? She vanished, then fucking popped back up, and then the erratic behavior started and shit, man. But the missing, she been doing this. This ain't even new. All this missing shows. This shit been doing this shit for like 10 years, man. This shit ain't new, yo. Coming mad late, coming 3 hours late, and all kind of nonsense. Just very unfortunate. Very unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. Like, like I said, if you don't, obviously, I mean, if the music ain't what she want to do anymore, she just doing it for just go get a job, yo. Go do something else and shit. Like, you wasting people's time, wasting people's fucking money. People that really come to see you. It's
UPS is always hiring.
Word, without a doubt. Holidays coming up and shit too, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. They said Drake going on the road with the Migos, and who's Nicki going on the road with?
Supposed to be Tekashi. Is Tekashi and Future? I don't know about
Can't pay me to
Tekashi.
go to that shit now. I hear that though.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a hard mix of the crowd, because the girls want to come out to see Nicki, but then when that Tekashi shit's banging, that shit's
That shit is when bullets are gonna
She's
fly.
about to go on tour. Who the fuck will go on tour with him, yo?
Yeah, I think Future. Future is the better choice though. Future
is there certain places that he can't even fucking go with shit?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go nowhere with that motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he's
I don't want to be even seen next.
he about to go to jail for real because he violated his probation.
Did he?
And
he violated his probation from some fucking case. What do you call it? Child endangerment case from like 3 or 4 years ago or some shit like that.
Trying to make him register as a sex offender.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I did hear his version of the story. I mean, it sounded kind of crazy and shit. Like,
yeah, man.
Like he got kind of railroaded on that, but
you know how some, these young girls be trying to act.
I don't know, Duhol. You tell us.
But wasn't he? He was like 18.
Yeah, and the chick was like 14,
I mean,
something like that.
I don't know.
14, 15,
I don't know.
He was like right on the cusp.
Yeah, I don't know his whole story, but it is what it is, man. Another one. It's I don't know. It's so crazy, man. Like these young kids that be getting into all this.
They'll be thinking, man. They reckless.
It's sad, man. It's sad. I'm first I said I'm thinking of Bobby Shmurda and Extension. It's just sad, man.
Which Bobby Shmurda may be getting out soon.
Yeah,
I understand it.
It is what it is, man. My brothers, though, man, we done put a good chunk of episode in, man. Let's wrap this shit up, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got any final thoughts and shit like Jerry Springer? Is y'all some final thoughts, man?
Shout out to Nicki, man, doing your thing, yo. Hey. She gonna ride out this fucking album for the rest of the year, probably.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Go on tour and get the people what they want. She's definitely the queen. She named the album appropriately. She's definitely gonna hold that title for a while. Definitely seems like that.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
All right, my brothers, y'all ready to wrap this shit up, man? Want to thank everybody for checking out the We So Classic podcast, man. Remember, check us out on SkyhawkRadioNC.com Tuesdays at 8 p.m. We are on that shit, man. Definitely check us out over there. Big shout out to those dudes over there too, Skyhawk Radio, man. They gave us a nice platform, man. They always promoting us. Big shout out to them, man. Social media, man. We on social media at We So Classic Crew, Instagram and Twitter. Email WeSoClassic@gmail.com. Want to hit me up personally at DJ D Dame. That's on Instagram and Twitter. And the email is djddame@gmail.com. Your turn, Press.
I wasn't gonna mess this one up. Yo,
somebody is sweating, shaking in their boots.
What up? Yo, it's your boy Prez. Definitely check me out on Instagram, Twitter. It's gonna be Rep1804, REP1804. Definitely holler at your boy. Yeah.
Yo, as always, it's your boy Lou Hall. You can definitely check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. That's going to be Lou Hall is IZ back, BACK. Lou Hall is IZ back, BACK. Hit me up on the email. That's going to be louhall803@yahoo.com. louhall803@yahoo.com.
And it's your boy, Reset. I'll be snapping at Resuscitation, tweeting at Southside Recess, one word, and on your IG, as always, at GETDAFUCOUTAHERE. Get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of
here. Like Nicki Minaj got all the mother female MCs out of here. Number one, Lou Hall, number one.
And she's from Queens.
Yeah.
From Queens. Yo, thanks for checking out the We So Classic podcast. We out, y'all. Peace.
Shout out to Remy.
Word. We out, motherfuckers.